What's up, Crispy Worx members? We're back with yet another video, and yeah, in today's video we have another car feature for you guys.
Iconic.
You can call it iconic, of course. I was actually just asking Shell if that's the right word to call it, and yeah, he agrees with me 100%. Yeah, this is a beauty, fully rebuilt.
When everyone sees this car, all they want to do is
another
driver to do this.
Yeah,
just
so this is Jimbo's car, and I'm gonna show you guys now in the B-roll.
As always, please subscribe. It helps us. The following we've gotten lately is
it's amazing.
It's amazing.
Crazy.
And yeah, if you guys can subscribe if you aren't already, it'll be amazing. Please hit that notification bell to see our future content. Like the video. Please. If you don't like it, hit that button 3 times then at least. But yeah, and follow us on Instagram, crispy_works with an X, and yeah, check out the B-roll.
So yeah guys, let's check it out.
Okay guys, so we have Jimbo here. The first time I heard of Jimbo was from my cousin Zayan, and he was the one that told us, hey bro, you must check out Jimbo's BM. I think he has the best BM in South SA, what. So now we checked him out on Instagram, and we hit him up and said, hey guy, please can we shoot your car for the channel, and we're glad to have him here today.
Thank you.
So yeah, now Jimbo, can you tell us a little bit about your car?
This is my 1984 323 that I converted to 325. I bought this car in 2017, and I built it for nearly 9 months before I drove it for the first time. Yeah, bro, I tried. When I was in varsity in my first year, I went to the bus every day. Sacrificed. I sold the car before this. I think it was a 2008 Fiesta. It was the pre-facelift MK7. Sold that, used the money, started this project. Oh, what else can I say? This thing just costed me blood, sweat and tears, but I'm actually glad I built this car.
Yeah. What condition did you get it in?
It was a rolling chassis that had everything except the motor. Once I got the car, the next day we stripped it to bare metal and started rebuilding everything from the ground up again.
Yeah, that's a proper build today to begin with.
Yeah, but let me tell you guys, there's a lot of complications in building a car.
Yeah.
You hit rock bottom when you're stuck, you don't know what to do. And eventually something just clicks, and then the moves start coming together.
It's definitely a commitment. I know for us, for the golf. Every weekend we're trying to get new content in there, trying to build a car.
Do a little bit more.
Let's just say we have to keep on keeping on.
Yeah, no.
So for the time you've owned this car, what all mods have you done to it?
Well, as time went by, I went to lowering the car, small cosmetic things like changing front shim, installing sound, changing wheels, installing coilovers. Eventually I will make further mods, but until now I'm happy, I guess. I just need to figure out the small cosmetic things that I have.
Trying to make it perfect in all the areas.
Let's just say it's the last 2% that's giving me issues.
Is there anything that you've done to the car that you regret?
Yeah.
To be honest, not necessarily.
Yeah.
But if I could change my mind, I would have bought a car with the standard sunroof built in already.
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing I can say.
And
so do you plan on going for the sunroof or what? I do, but if I do put one in, it has to be an OEM BMW roof that I will either cut out of a body or buy from BMW.
Okay.
I don't want to put a normal cloth inside.
How much would that set you back though, if it were to be that
Sure.
price?
If I have to think about it, let's say plus minus about 12 Gs if I buy it from BM. But if I buy
Then it would be like the best.
yeah,
it
to
could
be basically brand new, and then labor. So I'd say about 15 grand. So
15 altogether.
yeah.
Okay, so tell us a little bit of the story about the engine rebuild that happened in your yard.
Okay, let's just say when I first got the car, motor was done. I drove the car for 2 weeks and then I bent 2 valves in the motor and broke a rocker. From there, I changed mechanics. New mechanic came and he just blew my mind. Stripped my motor and rebuilt it in 1 day.
Just.
Basically, took it out in 2 hours, sent to the engineers. A week went by, parts came back, sat down and I was watching him. 2 hours and he put every single part back together by himself.
Nice.
Started the car and told me just go dyno it.
Just.
Ever since then I had no issues. The only issues you can get is power steering leaks and that's pretty
Yeah.
much it for me.
Now, like looking at this car, I don't see any imperfections here, but obviously, you know, being the owner,
Yeah,
you
you
know
always
of
know
the
all the
small things
problems.
that bother you. Can you tell us a little bit about those things?
It's stuff like the small thing on the fender over here. Before I installed my coilovers, I had drop springs in and I had bigger tires on. I ended up doing a full swing on a U-turn and I popped this fender out. And I got home, I took a hammer and I just knocked it back in. And I drove like that ever since.
Yeah,
But on Monday, the bonnet and the fender shall be resprayed and panel peated so that it can be back to normal again.
Yeah, and chatting before, you said you actually want to lower the car even more than
Yeah.
it is now.
Let's just say I'm a big fan of the stance game, so at the end of the day, every stance guy will say they're never happy with their lows.
yeah.
Would you want to
Always wanna go lower.
to the lip?
If I can, okay, I can achieve it, but when I achieve it, I can body drop this car on the floor basically. Because as is, this car goes low if I coil out completely. It's just I need to get the front a bit shorter, like shorter struts.
And also beforehand, we were speaking about the lowering of the cars. To go air suspension would be rather difficult for this.
It
Would
will
you
be
explain?
convenient, but it'll be costly. Like for me, I won't lie, coilovers is always the go-to for me. It's convenient. It's not as convenient as air, but it's much more reliable. You have no more, like you don't have major issues with this thing. Only things you might have now and then is tight tight adjusters that you can't loosen.
Yeah.
But then you just grease it up and down she goes.
And also better handling, I think. If we have
Two.
coilovers, yeah.
And being this low, how are you driving differently being this low?
To be honest, my daily driving is pretty much the same. It's just certain roads you have to take it a bit gently.
Take detours.
But I have taken certain precautions, like I have a sum guard on a steel sum guard, so everything underneath is basically protected. So
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I touch, I'm touching the sum guard only.
Then
And-
you protect it underneath.
Yeah. And other than that, it's the exhaust. Oh, BMW sickness. Every BMW will touch its exhaust when pulling it somewhere if it's dropped.
Yeah.
It's nothing we can do, we have to deal with it.
So you say you bought this car for 19, eh?
19.
And how much did you put in to get to where it is right
Do you wanna tell the viewers how much you spent or?
To be honest,
Your Honor.
guys, believe it or not, over the years as I've owned this car, I've spent about roughly plus minus about, let's say, 180 altogether.
Across 3 years.
Across 3 years, yeah.
Across 3.
I think the
But
viewers
in
will
the first
appreciate
9 months
that.
we spent about 95, and then the rest of that we spent over there.
Making it.
Yeah,
Oh,
building it
perfect
to
across.
driving conditions.
So I love this interior. The red seats are eye-catching straight away. What all have you done in interior? And what is it perfect? What's going on here?
Basically, when I bought this car, I got the set of seats free, including the deal. So I didn't like the standard seat, so I took it out and it's still in my back room at home. So I basically got these Recaro seats and I recovered it in oxblood red leather, and I got it embroidered by, I'm not sure, I can't remember actually. But it was embroidered with a BMW badge that says 3030, showing a basic
that.
like a shell of the E30.
Yeah.
It was just a signature thing that my father suggested for me. I wasn't really fond of putting an emblem on the seat, but he
Yeah.
did it
Yeah.
anyway.
I think it looks great.
I just feel like in the beginning when I was thinking about it, I couldn't picture it as it would have been, you know.
how nice it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have there been any problems with the interior?
I've had major issues with the seats, brackets breaking, old welds that weren't supposed to be there that are there. But I've done my modifications to have my seats moving, holding. It's not the greatest, but it does the job basically.
Yeah.
It could be way better.
What else is there still need to be done in the interior?
If I have to do interior over, I would basically just reinforce the frames. I just want to have much more rigid seats. Must feel like a bucket feel.
Yeah.
You know, even though it's reclining, it must just have the stiff, rigid feel to you when you're sitting. Like you must feel safe behind the wheel.
Yeah, yeah.
But now it's kind of soft. It's easy. It's like a normal seat in a car. You're just comfortable. Yeah.
Okay, so Jumbo, so this car to me, it's really nice. I wouldn't
It's
do
close to a
much.
finished product.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't see anything that you need to do in the future. But what do you want to do in the future?
Obviously,
for
like the
this car?
guy said, you never done.
Yeah.
Basically, I just want to have, you know, maybe an auto glaze. I want to actually stroke my motor. Again. I actually want to go a bit faster this time, but not too much. Just want a much more responsive motor in a sense. I just want to get most, like my small cosmetic things like the mud flaps, change of lip, the roof, the seats. Other than that, and then wrap the dashboard. Wrap the dashboard is also something I'm looking forward to doing one day. I don't have major cracks, but I have a few and I'm not happy with.
For those rims, you want to maybe change it in the future? What are you saying?
I do actually, but I don't want to sell them. I actually want to keep these wheels. I feel like in the beginning I was a bit sketchy about the look on the car, but I grew fonder of it as time went by. So
Yeah.
I actually want to just, you know, run OEM for a while.
Yeah.
I actually want to drill my car to 5120 and run some style 32s. I've always wanted to do that, so that's definitely going to be my next step.
Yeah. This is for 100, so if you're thinking about just borrowing the
Donation.
rims to us, just so we can see how it looks on the golf, you know,
No problem.
maybe.
All away.
Okay, Jumbo, we just want to say thank you so much for letting us feature this classic car. We know in South Africa this is really an iconic ride, so we really appreciate it, bro.
Thank you.
And if anyone out there wants to do something similar, by all means let us know. DM us on Instagram. Once again, it's crispy_works with an X. And yeah, we can hopefully feature your car.
So guys, closing this video, I'd like to say please subscribe to Crispy Works and drop a like please.